Ready, set, action. Welcome back, everybody, to the Filmmaker Focus Poll. This is episode 11. I am your host, Carsonus from Creationist. Let's dive right in. As you can see, we've got a whole new setup, and I will be talking a little bit about that. I know it's all about consistency, but the only thing that's consistent in life is change. So I'm going to leave it at that note. Hopping on to number one is going to be capture. Now, this one I've been having a lot of fun with the past, I think it's four or 5 days. So I watched a video about how to be better on camera and just being very comfortable in figuring out exactly how you want to portray yourself. And the best way that the guy was recommending was to document yourself. So in doing so, I have definitely found I can let out exactly what I'm feeling, and then at the same time just how I want to say things and the overall structure of how I want to piece things together. He was saying really try to put it down to bullet points, and I'm noticing whenever I'm talking in these documentations, it's very hard to go like in the right order. I find myself going on these branches and just going off, and then I'm trying to hop back. So throughout the 5 days, I've slowly seen myself make these 25-minute documentations down to about a 5-10 minute video. So I really suggest everyone go out there and start documenting if you really want to be upfront and personal with a camera and just get overall comfortable. Plus, if you're going to be shooting actors, you kind of need to know how they feel when there's a camera pointed right at their face. So that's going to be capture number one. And headed over to number two, we have creativity. And with this one, I'm really going to say restrict yourself. That is the biggest thing you can do to make that creative mind start hunting and looking for a solution, because that's really all creativity is. And I think the more limitations you have, like me putting this camera right here today, I didn't want to show you all this background, so I actually have a blanket working as a tarp, and that was a creative innovation, I guess you could say. And that leads me to my next point, which is innovation. And for this point, it's all about Apple's slogan, think different. And that's what innovation is all about. I saw this little circle right here. This is actually my lapel mic. It's no longer attached to me. I did some innovation to hook it up to this mic as more of a semi-permanent solution. But to keep the theme consistent with circles, I was able to use this. This is actually coasters. Coasters that look like a cactus. So let me try to get that back how I liked. Oh, I don't know. Ooh, let's see. That's gonna do good enough. Kind of moves a little bit. That's good. That's good. Headed over to the next one, we have perspective, and this is the biggest thing I can say is on any type of project, especially whenever I was setting up. The setting up is the most stressful part, and that's why you need to stay optimistic. Look at the bright side. There is one. You're doing this for an end goal and the end game, so just stay positive, guys, and you will continue to do what you love. You can't let things bring you down. And next we are going to have sound. Sound is a big thing that's going to help you stay optimistic, and that's going to be setting the mood. And today you might not be able to hear it, but I do have some music playing. I also have incense burning too, just really getting me in the comfortable mood, because I don't have my armrest like I used to over at the couch. So I've got to find a way to make myself feel comfortable and set the mood, just so I can present better for you guys. And also to help me feel comfortable, I'm going to drink some water real quick. Headed to my next point on the poll, we've got lighting, and I know I have always talked about lighting in these live streams, and wow, I've gone crazy. I've really gone crazy to the point that I had 6 lights at one time. Oh, Divine, thank you. Thank you for joining. Just a little shout out to Aesthetic Enigma. Check out his Instagram page. He makes fire content. And wow, yeah, he's actually wanting to get into filmmaking as well. He's been on more sets than I have. I haven't been on any set actually. I'm just gonna put that out there. But thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. But with lighting, keep it simple. I have 3 lights today, and I've cut it down from 6 to 3. And I think the less lights, the less things you have to worry about charging, less things you have to worry about placing, and then 3, you don't have to worry about all of these extra shadows. I know I have a few shadows. Oh, this is actually, I think it's focused. I'm sorry guys. I'm not even focused on a show about focusing. It's just, this is, anyway, hopefully this, I'm using a new camera. Its autofocus is not as good as the Canon's. I am using a Sony. Although, camera aside, let's hop to the next point, which is the method. And for the method, the last episode, since it was episode number 10, was the method to the madness. And wow, I didn't even keep that method. I threw it out the window because I'm constantly evolving. Just like I said, consistency, you got change. That's the only thing that's consistent. And I'm going to constantly be evolving this show for whatever my preferences are and whatever I can give y'all the best presentation. I've actually went from a very wide 16 millimeter. I don't know if I want to zoom out for you guys, but I'll do it. This is what I used to use. Here we go. I'm just going to expose myself right now. Yeah, this is my whole setup right here. This is way too wide. This is what I was using before, and I did not feel personal with you guys. So the method has changed, and we are zoomed in 100%. Well, I guess 200%. 200%. So with the method, constantly be fine-tuning your method, because it takes a while for someone to get that process down. I mean, that's usually the people who have been doing it for years on end. So next point is going to be preparation. And with preparation is test, 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 and some more testing. Whenever I change my setup, oh my gosh, you will not believe how much testing I have to do. It is ridiculous, but it is necessary. And so make sure you're testing every little thing, from lighting, cameras, your batteries, computers. Like, just test anything and everything, because by the time you have someone in front of the camera, their time is very valuable, more valuable than yours, and you want to make sure they can just hop on and they don't have to worry while you're just fiddling around with your camera. Just make sure you are prepared, because time is money, guys. Time is money. And with that, we are hopping to the next point, which is support. And with support, that's what it's really about, guys. Is for this week, what I'm going to say is surround yourself with like-minded people, because that is the only way you are going to grow. If you're constantly surrounded by people that are kind of bringing you down, or they're just into other things, you're not going to be able to really flourish, and you're not going to be able to bounce back ideas that inspire. But you're not really going to be able to bounce off ideas if you're not surrounding yourself with people that are like-minded. So tomorrow, I'm actually going to be shooting with a friend. I'll be posting a vlog on that for sure. He just got the USR, but I'm going to keep it on the DL for right now. But I'm very excited. He was going to film school, and he decided that he's going to do it his own route, kind of like how I was doing it. And how I am doing it is teaching myself, and he's going to teach himself. And he says Peter McKinnon's definitely a strong influence on that, and I have to say the same. Peter McKinnon, you are a god. Thank you for all the videos that you have posted. You've really taught me a lot and kind of made me the person who I am today. And hopping on to the next point, and the final is direction. And kind of like what I said earlier with documentation, I find if you do 2 documentations a day, kind of like a journal, it's a video journal is really all it is. And if you do one in the morning and you do one at night, and then at night you can review, because in the beginning of your day you're going to set goals. At least that's what you should do. That's what I was doing. And I would set goals. I'd say what I want to do for the day, maybe some ideas I want to tackle, just things that I'm kind of making myself accountable for. And the fact that I am documenting it, it's just as strong, I think, if not even a little stronger, than writing it down. Because if you know, I love writing on whiteboards. And so writing on whiteboards is a very strong way, or writing in general is a great way to actually achieve your goals, as long as you're, putting every little bit of information you need to get to that goal, because a goal without a plan is honestly just a wish. So make sure you are directing your life, everyone, because you only got one life. But if you do it right, that's more than enough. I forget how the quote exactly goes, but this has been Carsonist from Creationist. This was episode 11 of the Filmmaker Focus Poll. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you again, Devon, for I'm loving the flames, man. The flames with the clap reward. If I was a firebender, I'd do exactly what you posted. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I gotta get off, guys. My room's actually getting pretty hazy now. I think I burned that incense too long. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to surround yourself with ideas that inspire. Take care, guys. Peace.